Hey there, Shanel here from the Heart and Soul with your weekly channeled message for July 15th through the 21st, 2024. We have been moving through some really interesting energies over the last little while. I've really felt like sitting on my hands. I've been doing a ton of soul work and not so much other work. It's been interesting. So it'll be interesting to see what comes up this week. Maybe some movement. We'll see. Also, just a side note, if you haven't checked out my podcast yet, it drops every Monday night. It is Directions from a Spiritual Tour Guide podcast. And this week we are talking about holding faith or trust when it comes to manifestation. So check that out later tonight, and let's see what my spirit guides have to say. Immediately, I am taken to pause. It's like I just want to place my hand over my heart and close my eyes and breathe. There has been a lot of upheaval, confusion. For some, even things have seemed really right, and then there'll be like these little like tidbits of things that are like, oh, why is that coming up or popping in, or why am I being shown that? We're asked not to question it necessarily, but we're also asked to not ignore it or avoid it. What they're saying is when we get present, we know. We have a thought or feeling come up, we just get present with it, and we're like, oh, that's that old belief system that I am not subscribing to anymore. Thank you for trying to keep me safe, but I'm okay. Let it go. Instead of going, oh my God, why is that coming up? Didn't I deal with that? Maybe I did, or maybe I didn't. Maybe I have something else to learn, blah, 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 right? You can see that rabbit hole that we can go down. We are very much being asked to acknowledge pieces of ourselves that we have continuously avoided or ignored or pushed to the side. Things that are these last pieces that need acknowledgement. But they're showing me very much so that there is no forcing involved. When we simply just find awareness, acceptance, presence, the information you need is right there. They are very clear that going forward, and especially this week, no forcing allowed. The more we force, the more we are saying to the universe, I don't care what your answer is, just give me what I asked for. And the universe doesn't work that way, because the universe goes, well, it's not time yet. Or, sorry, something better's coming. We're not giving you that. And we don't like that. We want this instant gratification. We want this thing the way we want it. We often get caught up in the how of this is what I'm going to do to get there, instead of being present to what the universe is showing us. When we are present, everything shows up. It's seamless and it's amazing. And prime example is this past week's quote in my weekly planner, which they will be going on pre-sale very soon. If you want to get the 2025 weekly edition, it's coming out soon. But when I create it, I have all these quotes and I have to decide where they go, and I use my intuition. And last week's was the universe only has 3 answers. Yes, not yet, or something better is coming. And this was so appropriate for the messages that we were getting last week. And when I posted it yesterday, I was like, yeah, it's just magic. They land where they're supposed to land. And it's just this validation of, I listened to my intuition. I put them all where they belonged because that's where they were meant to be. That was the message that we literally needed that week. I don't force it. I double and triple check it that I've used all my quotes. I haven't doubled anything up, but I don't force it. And it's hard. It's really, really hard for us not to force because we're taught about power and control. We come from a society that worships power and control. Even though we're moving into another era that is about community, is about connection, isn't about power and control, but it is about inclusivity and working together. It is about the individual and finding ownership of ourselves. So through this process, what we do is we discover more about ourselves and we learn to empower ourselves. We learn to look for validation within instead of outside of us. Please stop looking for validation outside of yourself because you're not going to get what you need. What you need, you can give yourself. And this isn't about saying, I don't need anybody in my life. That's not what this is about. This is about recognizing your own power, self-love, growth, learning. When we can recognize and give ourselves the things we need and stop expecting others to give us something that they might not even be capable of doing, we learn to be stronger. We stand taller. We become empowered and more authentic in every moment. And yeah, sometimes it takes someone helping us and supporting us to say, hey, these are these things that are coming up. This is the problems. These are the blocks. These are the belief systems. How do you want to fix it? But ultimately, we are in control of our own power. We have divine will and we have free will and we can choose. And this week, the universe is empowering you to be you, to choose to deal with the pieces, to acknowledge them and shift them, to continue to moving forward, which is gonna feel like your feet are planted still. I'm sorry, I know you don't want to hear that, but that is what moving forward is going to feel like. We are grounded into the earth and to the new energy. We are the anchor. We are the grounding point. And we talked about this a long time ago, that we are this anchor into the earth. It is us and us alone that moves the needle. It is us and us alone that empowers, that shifts, that changes, that finds the magic, moves into the flow, releases, and steps into the flow of abundance. This week is about finding that connection, about the flow, about being present and not rushing through, because when we rush, we force. When we are present, we flow. It is about discovering this energy anchor that you have and what is flowing to you, because they just showed me, the magic that is flowing to you through that anchor right now is mind-blowing. It is incredible what you have access to if you choose to access it. There is a lot of gifts that are opening up. Messages, answers, a lot of ahas and epiphanies, a lot of breaking through the boundaries and the blockages that have been getting in our way. There is just this huge up level that is coming, and there is so much energy surging towards you that is pulsing and wanting acknowledgement. So you can tie that anchor off and ignore it, or you can allow it to continue to flow through and really connect deeply with it. It is your choice. This week might be a little frustrating in that piece where we're really this anchor, if you're trying to make movement forward. Again, if you're forcing, it's also going to feel frustrating because the universe is just going to keep pushing you back down again or blocking the thing that you want to create. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it right there today. That's enough. Remember, there's always daily channeled messages. You can check those out for a little deeper dive, a day-to-day, what you need to know. I haven't sent out a newsletter yet. My apologies, because I told you it was coming. But the universe has made me sit on my hands and I'm listening. So I feel like it's coming because they're talking about it with me now. So it is coming. Be patient with me. There is some stuff coming up, past life regression. There is oracle card reading practice. I'm also going to do some meetups. Just an opportunity for people to gather and work together, not literally together, more of a co-working situation where you can, do your own work, meditate, journal, paint, whatever it is you're going to do, but just with a collective, at the same time to share energy, to support one another. That's going to be happening. That will be exclusive to Instagram. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, it's at From the Heart and Soul. Check me out. And there will be more information in the newsletter. There's also going to be a meditation in the newsletter that they have shown to me. They've also told me to pull a few cards. I'm just going to do what you tell me to do. So that's coming. It's coming. Yeah. Thank you. I am so blessed to be on this journey with you and so grateful that you allow me to be your spiritual tour guide. Thank you for being here and listening. If you can energy exchange with me, I always appreciate it. It never costs you anything other than a little bit of time. Comment, leave a review, post, share. I am so, so grateful for all that you do in spreading the word. It means the world to me. So thank you, thank you. From my heart and soul to yours. Until the next time, my friends. Bye now.